activity. A normal male, 136,000. The average beef that's implanted, 1.9 in a 3-ounce steak. In addition to that, a birth control pill that hundreds and thousands of women consume every day comes in at 30 to 35,000. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I know big numbers when I see them, and they sure as heck aren't in my bank account. But I wish they were, but it's not in what beef cattle. It's not in beef cattle. 1.9 nanograms per day. That busts my myth. So, transformation of the beef industry over the last 60 years is phenomenal. Just like everything else in history, things that change over time is very interesting. But the beef industry is a science. But by incorporating these new technologies into the beef industry, artificial insemination, the use of hormones, crossbreeding, you are producing more beef, more quality of beef for people like you guys that are consuming it. Farmers and ranchers are concerned with what they're feeding their families and what they're feeding America. So next time you order that juicy steak, you have a little more insight to where it came from. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you for making my job easy. You're right. So, as Abby said, we do have time for a question and answer session before we head off for the honors convocation.
So did I see that there's 136,000 nanograms of estrogen in soybeans?
Yes.
And 1.9 in my...
Yes.
That
absolutely.
means I can quit eating soy crap and go right back to the meat.
Yes. You know, that was surprising to me in my research. The soy had the absolute most. If you take this part of the diagram out and just use the food and just look up the estrogenic activity in common foods, soy's at the top all the time. It's such a huge issue in the United States. People are thinking that it's causing other things to occur in humans, when in reality, we produce more, way more than we consume. Go ahead.
Hi. So, I assume you have a family farm? Okay. What about the practice used in agribusiness of infusing antibiotic into their feed, as well as some of the things that I've read about with respect to ground up other cows and stuff like that? I mean, do you not engage in that sort of thing on your family farm, or is that just something that's unique to agribusiness?
No, we don't engage in that. And let me explain the other part. When you're sick, you take antibiotics, correct? Well, the stress that is put on these animals on a daily basis to grow as fast as they possibly can is something that they can't handle. So when they give those antibiotics in the feed and those hormones in the feed, it's a vaccine. It's preventing something from occurring. It's not that they have something, it's preventing it from occurring. And like I said, with the feedlots, you have that less than 1.5% death loss. That's why. I'm not sure about maybe grounding up of other ones. Cows are herbivores. Now pigs are omnivores, they eat whatever. So maybe they were talking about that, I'm not sure. But I know from experience in different industries, they'll do that to build up antibodies for those animals. If a baby has died, say in the hog industry, a baby has died, it's died for some reason. Whether it has a disease, whether it has a birth defect, something's wrong with it. By exposing other animals to those particular diseases, it's building up their immune system, which is thus passing it on to their kin. So, does that answer your question? Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Very nice presentation. I had a question with regards to when you were talking about that you can basically just buy the semen of, I guess whatever strain you want. Has the beef industry gone as far as sort of like Monsanto with the seed industry, where basically you'd have a list of here are the genes that are going to be promoted in this specific semen that you would buy compared to, another strain, like if you're going for high muscle content, improved immune system. And
absolutely. You can go on the internet, or you can go to a catalog. There's companies that actually do this. They own multiple sires, and they Whether you buy a line, which is where they take all the sires that are alike and put them together, so you don't know which father you're going to get, or you buy specifically, you know from that cow, his performance records indicate that he produces calves with a lot of muscle. So yes, we do that. In addition to that, the downside to crossbreeding, which brings up another point, is the fact that the unpredictability. You know, you might have that hybrid vigor, but the unpredictability of crossbreds, because you don't know what you're going to get until you performance assess your herds, which is what farmers are doing. So,
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Let's show our